how does, I mean, let's put the cryptos on a side. How does the stock option, the markets, the la bourse, how it works usually is, if you believe in a company, you can buy a piece of the company for any price. Can cost from $1 or even less to $3,000 for Amazon, for example. And depending on how many people are, buying or selling, the more people buy, the more the price goes up, and the more people sell, the price goes down. And if you arrive early on, and of course this is not based on mathematics or stuff, it's based on the people's sentiment. If the investors are scared of something, I don't know, you have a bad month and you don't make the money, or your earnings are bad, or for example, all the planes cannot fly because of a pandemic, then all the plane companies' stock will tank. So it happened in March. Delta Airlines, American Airlines, JetBlue, all these companies, Air France, all went down because they could not sell any ticket because they could not fly for 8 months. So all their stocks went down. And as an investor, it's your decision to ask yourself, okay, this thing cost, let's say it cost $100, and now it went down to 20. It went down to 20 because the planes can't fly. If you buy at 100 and you put, let's say you buy one share for 100 and it goes down to 20, you just lost 80, right? If you buy 10 shares when it costs 100 and it's for 1,000 and it goes down to 20, then you lost 800 and now you only have 200. Now, if you think and you start understanding all the correlation between why the stock goes down and why it goes up, you can say to yourself what I said to myself about the plane companies in the beginning of last year, in March. I saw the stock, the price of all the plane companies go down, and I waited to see how hard it would go down, and then I bought Delta at 8, American Airlines at 13, 14, 15, 20, I don't remember. Delta, I bought a bunch of them, not a lot of money. I put like 200 here, 200 here, 200 here. And I bought everything when everything was down, saying to myself, one day the planes will fly, or one day they'll find a vaccine eventually. When they find a vaccine, or when they announce that they found a vaccine, all the stocks will go up again. So let me give you an example. It's better. We talk about everything here, but to give you an example, let me take, for example, JetBlue, which is my favorite company in the US. I love this company. It's let me see, JetBlue. How do I see the JetBlue Airways? I guess it must be this. Okay, so to give you an example, it's a good example because it's something that I actually did. If you take, for example, JetBlue, seems like I'm hiding the information. Leave me alone. Let me see if I can push this a little bit. No, I can't. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Okay, I think I have to remove myself from the picture. Okay, to give you an example, this is just before we declare pandemic. No, it's after, but here in February, this is when we are starting to see that this is becoming something that is worldwide. It's been like a January, February, everything is going crazy, and every country is shutting their borders. So Europe closed their borders, America, and all the planes, you start seeing videos everywhere. I don't remember exactly the dates, right? But you start having this moment where all the plane companies, they have to leave every plane on the tarmac, and there's no more flying. And you see the price of JetBlue was at 22, and it fell until 6.92. When it arrived here, probably here at 9 or 7, I don't remember, I bought, I don't remember, I don't know how much shares. Let me see. I bought a JetBlue. I didn't buy that much. I was still, I was still playing with I was still trying to. But I bought 26 shares. So I bought my 26 shares at a price of I bought it even before. No, I bought my shares in March. So I bought here on the 23rd of March when it was low. It went up a bit. I bought here. I bought on the 24th of March at $8. I bought all my shares. I bought 20 shares or a little bit more for $160. Yeah, for $160. And then I was like, okay, if I buy here, I hope that when they announce a vaccine, the price will go up. So time went down, when they announced a vaccine, that they found a vaccine around here, I think. And you see the price spiked a bit, and then it came down a bit. But then you see it's been going up ever since. And we are now here. The price of the shares is now 15, and maybe we'll go back to where it was before, 22. But even if it stays here and it never goes over 15, I have now, my shares are now worth, my 26 shares are worth $379. So I made 34% because I was like, this will go up. Same thing I bought some Tesla when he was at I think I bought Tesla at 300 and now at 200, and I sold it at 2,000. It went up like crazy during the pandemic, and so I made some great financial gains while I was at the thing, because I was kind of understanding what was going on, more or less, in terms of it's not like you can say I know what things are going up and down, but I kind of had an idea of what was going on. And so I've been investing some of my money, not everything, because I never I'm not a financial advisor, but if there's an advice I give to people is don't put all your money. Put what you can, put what you can lose. Like in the rule number one is, if you have 200, make sure that you can lose all this money and it will not make you go crazy. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I should put it 50 here, 50 here, 100 here, 100 here. Every 2-3 weeks I was spending a little bit of the money I was making. And I've been making some great gains. And this is how the stock option work, more or less. Of course, there's some things that are a little bit more complicated. And what happened this week is even worse than that. So what happened with the GameStop thing, to try to You were mining crypto back in the days. I should have done that, yo. So you have to understand the concept of what is shorting. So in the stock option, shorting is like the next level. It's you can buy, and there's a lot of ways that you can buy stock options. You can buy directly at the price where it is. For example, something cost I don't know, something cost 100. You can buy it at the price of the market for 100. You can also buy before the market opens, and you can say I want to buy when it reach 80, for example. And then the act of shorting is betting against a stock. Let's say that I have a stock is worth 100, and you are saying that you believe that this stock will go down. The stock will go down, and it will go, the company, you are betting against the company, and you say, oh, I believe this will go down to 50. So I'm buying 100 shares, but at 50. So what happens is that somebody will, the house, if I can say, Wall Street will lend you 100 shares, but at the price of 50. So now those shares they cost, let's say, they cost so 100 by 50, that's 5,000. And if effectively the shares go down from 100 to 50, not only you make your 5,000, but you also make the difference, which is another 5,000. So because it went down from 100 to 50, you make 100,000, and then you give back the 50 that you own to the bank, to Wall Street, and you keep your 50. So it's a way to do a bet that you're gonna make X amount. And if it goes even more down, you can even make more money. This is what shorting is. But if the price, instead of going down to 50, it goes up to 150, then you have to pay the difference, because you have to buy to remove your position, which means if you say, okay, you know, I don't want these shares anymore, you have to pay. So if you say, hey, I'm gonna buy this share, I'm gonna buy 100 of them at 50, it's gonna cost you 5,000. If it arrives to exactly 50, not only you pay 50, but you gain another, you pay 5,000 and you gain another 5,000. But if the price goes up to 150, and now the price of the shares is 15,000, you have to pay 15,000. And this is what shorting is. And a lot of people, a lot of these hedge funds, they kind of know what goes on. They have a lot of information, computers, top-notch people, and that's what they do. They short companies when they're like, this company is gonna die soon. The price is 10. I'm sure it's gonna go to 1. I'm gonna buy for $1 million. I bet $1 million that this will go to 1. When it arrives to 1, you make $10 million because it's 1 plus the difference. And what happened was that there's a group on Reddit called WallStreetBets, and there was a guy who. So there's this stock called GameStop. GameStop is the stock of a company. I know in France we had something similar called Micromania, and GameStop is more or less the same thing. Okay. It's a minion. And GameStop is more or less the same thing. It's video games. It was a video game shop, but with everything becoming digital, especially video games, those people are now. These people are now kind of dying. The company is dying, and there's one person who invested 50,000 on this company, on stocks, just thinking, I believe in this company, it might work. And then people start rallying behind them, and they discovered that the people, the big hedge funds of Wall Street, they hedged against that company. They shorted that company. The hedge funds, they shorted that company, and they were saying, no, we believe that this will go down. And then you have a bunch of people on the internet with the application Robinhood who decided to buy, and they made the stock go from the $5 that it was up to $450. So that person who invested 50,000 made 22 or 30 or 40 million, I don't remember. And all the company who bet against that stock lost billions. I think around $40 billion for all these hedge funds. And it created a big controversy, big problems, and a lot of small people, if a stock goes from 5 to 450, it means that the stock went up multiplied by 90. Meaning that if you have 100 euros and you invested in game. So let me see when, because I have to look exactly with the dates. But the GameStop. Let me do it well. GameStop, because this was really like the craziness of this week. So if you look at the price of this action, I have to move myself again. If you look at the price of this action in, let's say, the price of GameStop in September was $5, and he stayed more or less until, look, it was at $15, $20 in January 21st, right? Then all these guys on Reddit decided that they want to pump that stock, and they start pumping, putting, and they were like, yeah, let's go. And the price went from 20 in January 21. On January 27, so 6 days later, it went up to 350, and almost, I think it went way more. I don't know how you loop in this one, but it went up to 400 and something, 450, and then it went back down to 200, and now it went back down to 300. So if you buy here on the top and it goes down, you lost your money. But if you buy here on the 21st of January, if you put here, let's say here on the 12th of January, right? It's 15, and it goes up to 450, where it went up. If you put 100, you get 800. If you put 1,000, if you put 1,000, you get. If you put 100, you get 8,000. If you put 1,000, you get 80,000. If you put 10,000, you get 800,000. If you put 100,000, if you had 100,000, you get 80 million. So this is absolutely crazy. And 8 million. 8 million. No, 80 million. And this is absolutely crazy. He made all the hedge funds try to redefine the game, because they decided that it's not normal that all these small motherfuckers are destroying our business. And Robinhood decided to prevent people from trading that stock for a little bit of time, and then everybody start going from stock to stock. They decided to make other things pump. They decided to make AMC, the movies, because all the movie theaters are closed. So because they're closed, the stock is going down as well. And they were like, okay, let's make it go up because it costs $5. So they make AMC cinema goes from $5 they make AMC Cinema go from 5 to 15. A bunch of little stock like Nokia. Nokia is not like what it used to be. They were trying to pump everything. And the thing is this: if you are like 1,000 people or 10,000 people or 100,000 people on Instagram or on Reddit, on a group, and you all decide that you're going to put 100, all of you, on the same stock, the price goes up. And if all of you at the same time, you are here in your forum, you decided, yeah, we're going to all put money in this stock, you make the price go up, 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 up. And then all of you say, okay, we arrive to 100 or 200 or 300 or 400. And then everybody sells. Everybody who put 100, when you sell, if it goes from 5 to 450, you put 100, you go out of the thing with 9,000. So it's some people lost money, of course, but a lot of people made a ton of money. Some people make millions. The guy who put 50,000 made 40 million, etc., etc. And I mean, I didn't go in that one because sometimes I stay careful. I don't like to. But hey, listen, on 21st of January, I didn't hear about it. If I did, because me, I don't, it's something about the stock market that I believe is that when you lost the party, you lost the train. When you lost the train, you lost the train. It's okay. Party's over. When it's already going up too much, when it was at 300, I could have bought at 300 and see if it goes to 400, right? But to me, if it came from 5 and it's at 300, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to risk going from buying at 300 and then it goes down to 100 and my 100 becomes 30 and I'm pissed. So yeah, if I heard about this whole thing and the whole chatter on Twitter and everything about that on when it was at 20, yeah, I would have put 500 because I have a few stocks. I would have sell something, maybe a little bit of Tesla, a little bit of Apple, something, put it there, put 500 there. Make my 500 multiply by 90, so my 500 would be worth 40,000, and then I would resell and put it back to Tesla, Apple, and or some Bitcoins or some whatever. And it's super interesting because it showed the power of when people band together about something. And but hey, it's. It is also crazy because, yeah, now we are approaching into the greatest depression. Everything is about to crash. The American petrodollar is already dead. Oh yeah, it's better to invest in yuan on the Chinese market. You are saying some things. I mean, the Americans will not. I mean, hey, this we'll see, but. This is why a lot of people prefer putting their money, especially with the Americans, the number of dollars that they printed to do all this stimulus check and stuff to keep the economy afloat. They printed so much dollar that the dollar is losing in value as fast. And so a lot of people are buying Bitcoins or other coins to do that. So that's crazy. Robinhood shot themselves in the foot.